It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the New York Jets and the Pittsburgh Steelers. And it's all up next.
Well, to the locals, it's still and will always be Heinz Field. But for the rest of us, we're along the North Shore of the Allegheny and Ohio Rivers at Acrisure Stadium in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. With Brock Heward, I'm Kate Scott up here in the booth, and the talk about this game, Brock, is centered, not surprisingly, on a couple of quarterbacks who came through the draft the same year and now in their second seasons here in the NFL.
And it doesn't matter if it's year 2, year 5, year 10, or Tom Brady, like 30 years later. They still remember every guy in their class. Yep. And when you look across and you see your peer, you are linked together in that draft. You're also linked.
Couldn't ask for more perfect weather here today. And we're off from Acrisure. Return starts at the 9. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. So the Jets take the field for their first drive. And it'll be their second-year quarterback who's bringing them out.
Kate, I know you get tired of hearing me say there's no substitute for experience, but it is totally true. Taking the reins of an NFL team is a young quarterback. You want the game to slow down, and the only way it slows down is to get more and more of these opportunities to go lead your team game in and game out.
So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. Straight to the air they go. Finds a man right side. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
First down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Plowing up the middle. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. We'll get a stoppage now. Looks like we have someone banged up after that run in need of some attention. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. They've got a man in motion. From the 45 on 2nd down. Completed over the middle. And he pushes this down to the 42 before going down. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. They'll try and throw it here. Moore's got it. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. They're going to move the chains after a big play, 39 yards.
Now, right there, that's what you want to see on your opening drive. Boom! Connect on a big shot, and instantly you set a tone that you're not going to be afraid to be aggressive in this game today. Boy, do I love that.
This drive has been excellent. A few shots now. It's starting with 6 as they come up on it. 1st and goal. They'll try and punch it in. And he's brought down by a collective effort there. Only 1 yard on the carry.
Okay, all right. There's a little progress on 1st and goal. You keep it safe, you push a little closer, and now you're set up for what you want to do on 2nd down.
Ball at the 2 here for 2nd and goal. Running for it again. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Back-to-back runs, stop short, and now it leaves him with a big 3rd and goal.
Well, you get a little bit closer, but you can feel the pressure starting to mount. Unless you're committed to playing 4 downs here, this becomes a critical 3rd down call.
Here's a give straight up the middle. And he runs it across. Touchdown. The Jets finish up an excellent opening series. What an outstanding opening series, partner. They just wore down that defense as they marched their way to the end zone.
Yeah, it took a whole bunch of that opening script to find a touchdown, but it showed just how well designed that script was. It was the right sequence of plays to keep that ball moving and find the end zone while getting your offense established and into top gear right here early on.
They'll set up here for the point after. The point after splits the uprights. And the Jets will jump out to a 7-0 lead. On is the Jets kickoff team now to tee it up and send it away. Has this at the 6. In pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. So the Steeler offense getting out there for its opening drive of the game. And they'll be let out by someone that we'll get a look at here, this second-year passer.
And even if he's still pretty early in his career, we know he is perfectly comfortable and settled into this spot as the be-all, end-all for this offense. Every time you take the field as a quarterback, you know you're gaining experience. You're getting more comfortable in the role. And as he goes forward, he tries to learn and take something away from each and every one of these moments.
They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Pickup of 8 on the run, and that sets up 2nd and 2.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid gain, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
Handoff on 2nd and short. And he'll get them enough for a 1st down.
I don't know about you, Kate, but he sure made getting that 1st down look really easy. A lot easier than it's supposed to be for that defense. And I think they'll hear about it when they get to the sidelines.
New slated downs to approach here from the 40. Going to the ground again on 1st. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Sometimes the surprises work out for a nice gain. And sometimes, well, those surprises, they don't surprise anybody, and you're left hoping your running back just gets up.
Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. This time it's a passing play. Finds him over the middle. And they push this down to the opposing 47-yard line. They gain 14 on the play. And that's a Steelers 1st down.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend? Do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
Football on that 47-yard line, 1st down. Here's the handoff. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Everyone's prepped. It's second down now. Another carry for him. And he's stopped after getting this down to about the 44. A gain of 4 for them. That sets up 3rd and 7.
You know, that's a good run right there. Keep the offense on schedule. If he can average that type of yards per carry, this guy's going to be more than all right with letting him lead the show.
Throwing on 3rd and long. That one's complete, right side. And he's going to get it out past the 40 before he goes out.
All you can do is shake your head sometimes. Sure, the pass play works, but they come up just an inch or two short for the first down.
Only need the length of the football. It's 4th and inches. Throwing now, needing a first. He finds him beyond the marker. And that short gain is enough for a new set of downs.
Oh, so close to getting off the field. But the 4th down conversion keeps that defense out there. That was their shot to end this possession, to sit on the bench, to get their breath. But now they're going to have to buckle down and force another 4th down.
Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run. But I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he could do like we just saw.
From the red zone now. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he's able to get this down to the 13.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you can depend on.
2nd and 3 now. Back to throw. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Pittsburgh! The Steelers finish off their opening drive. He finds one of his great receivers, Brock, and they are off to a great start to begin this ball game.
Yeah, it's such a positive offensively when you could go find not just a field goal, but a touchdown on that opening drive. And defensively, this starts to shake the foundation of your preparation and makes you wonder what's in store.
Now we'll see them try the point after. Extra point set right down the middle. And the Steelers start off well to tie things 7-7. The kicking team out there for the Steelers, and here they go to send it away. Starting at the 10. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. Now for the second time this game, we get a look at the New York offense. And after the impressive drive we just witnessed, you gotta imagine that they are hoping to respond with something similar.
Yeah, and I don't love to use the word can't, right? But this can't be a 3 and out for this offense right here. They got to give their defense a chance to catch their breath and turn some of the momentum in the building.
Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Running it now out of the gun. And he's able to manage a couple on that run.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. Throwing with a blitz on the way. Throw reeled in by Thomas. And he's going to get this up close to the 40 before going out. A 9-yard gain and good for a first down.
I'm sure Coach, the play caller, doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
First down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Here's the lone back on the handoff. And he has enough room to gain about 4.
He'll expect more from himself on those type of plays, but there is nobody that's going to complain about that one. If you can do math, 4 plus 4 plus 4 equals a first down.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Blown back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And the hit stops him cold. Wow, he maybe got back to the line. Looks like no gain on second down, and that leads us to 3rd and 6.
Stopped right at the line, but might as well have been a loss of yards as far as the offense is concerned. It's always humbling when you try force versus force, and the defense wins out.
They come to the line here, and this is 3rd and 6. They give it to him again, and he's brought down for a loss. That tackle made by the rookie from Penn State.
When you get stuffed on a 3rd down draw, it's really hard looking receivers. You come off the field, Kate, and you find yourself on a different bench because they want the ball. They want to be a difference maker on 3rd and 6 plus, and the draw going backwards, that makes no friends.
Here comes the punting unit for the Jets. And this is the first time he's been called on today. And the sunlight's not a problem for him. He looks up and makes the fair catch. No return on that punt. And the Steelers will take over deep on their own side. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Throwing now from the gun. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll be brought down along the 25-yard line.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up 2nd and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
2nd and 3 now. Caught him across the line early there. That's an easy call for our officials.
Neutral zone infraction, defense.
So keep that 2nd and short play in your back pocket. So the penalty goes ahead and gives them the first.
Automatic first down.
1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll throw it. He lets a heater go deep, middle of the field, into a crowd, and intercepted! And the Jets get the football on the first turnover of the contest. Oh, man, I'm having to hold my partner back after this one. Captain Fundamental not happy that he didn't take the time to stop and get set before delivering that football. Gotta think that in part led to the turnover.
Yeah, Captain Fundamental because I couldn't run. Kind of like Tom Brady, right? But he's the essence of it. He's the GOAT. Why? Because he sets his feet. He's so fundamentally sound. The chance of interception so much higher when your fundamentals are no good.
It's okay, partner. It's gonna be okay. The Jets offense now set to take over. And they'll try for better results this time around, Brock, after they had to punt it away last time out. Nice field position for the Jets as they come up 1st and 10. From the gun, they're going to hand it off. And he gets it past the 50 and down to the Steelers' side of the field. Good run, gets him 7. That brings up 2nd and 3.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
2nd and 3 now. Back to the well again. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
Chance to move the chains here on 3rd and 4. Back-to-back carries here. And he's going to be brought down after reaching the 43. That one gains 7. And it's good enough for a New York first down.
You love a huddle? Kate, you really do. You love a huddle full of guys like this who just know how to keep the drive moving forward. There's some trust there that he's going to get the job done, and he's going to get another shot, I would guess, down the line.
Lone back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And he gets a few on the plunge forward.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
2nd down now, 7 to go. Here's a give up the middle. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Give him 2 on the run. That's going to set him up with 3rd and 4. That's the end of one. Both teams with a little luck finding the end zone early. Scoreboard showing 7s on each side. More from Acrisure Stadium after the break. Time for the 2nd quarter of play. It's Jets football. They start out with 3rd and 4. Setting up a throw. That's caught for the 1st. And he's going to be taken down a yard shy of the 25. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And it'll give the Jets a first down.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. They hit a curl route of that length. It takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
Still on the move, coming to the line for 1st and 10. There's a handoff up the gut. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
Offense to the line for 2nd down. Pass play coming here. Running right side. And they get this all the way down to the 16-yard line.
Sometimes you're looking to push the ball down the field. And as I've said before, the crumbs lead to a cookie. And you never go broke taking a profit, and those big tight ends will often find you those easy check down yards.
1 yard, all that's needed. This is 3rd and inches. Throwing now, off play action. And this is cut. Touchdown, New York. The Jets pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. Well, we all know that he's somebody they like to have working down near the end zone, Brock, and there is so many ways they know how to use him down there.
Yeah, things are constantly different down there when you're trying to defend him, which is what makes defending him so tough, borderline impossible at times. He can make the smallest little tweaks to his route just like a receiver would, and it's a totally different animal, a nightmare for these defenses.
Lining up now to try the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Jets break that tie and now lead by 7. On is the Jets kickoff team now to tee it up and send it away. Brings in the kick at the 9. This return makes it up to the 25. The Steeler offense set to get back on the field. And we've seen both extremes of this passing game so far, Brock. 1 touchdown and 1 interception on the ledger.
A home run and a strikeout. A little sampling of what works and what doesn't against this defense, Kate. Now, you got to try to emphasize those things that you found success on with that opening drive.
And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. The running back gets it on the draw. And he found some running room for a nice gain. It's a solid 7-yard pickup on 1st down. Now they're going to have 2nd and 3.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that 1st down marker.
From the 32. And it looks great flying through the air, Brock, but problems on the business end as it falls to the ground. 3rd down coming up.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. He'll throw it. It's another first half mistake. He's intercepted again. And he takes this one back for the pick 6. That right there, that takes just the right circumstances to happen. But man, a big boy pick 6, Brock, one of the most universally celebrated plays in this sport.
Look at the smile on your face.
I love it. Big boy touchdown. Come on now.
Well, I think you and a lot of fans are in it for the celebrations. Those big guys do so much work, and now they get their chance to play hero. It is a blast.
Kicking unit comes out for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Jets double their lead to 14. A quick chance at redemption after that pick 6 as it's sent away. Return starts at the 9. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. Now Pittsburgh's offense running back out for a new series. And the last 2 drives have been teaching tape for that defense, Brock, and probably have earned this offense a lecture in the near future as well. Just haven't been able to take care of that football.
Yeah, I just kind of want to focus on those guys, everything they're doing on that side, because the humble pie this offense has eaten, it's been a tough watch.
Getting right back to it after that interception. Short pass brought in. It's a 21-yard gain. And it'll bring up a Pittsburgh 1st down.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted them. They wanted them on a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after.
To throw here on 1st down. Short pass caught by his tight end. And he's able to get it past midfield and down into the Jets side.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, just find a way to get him the ball.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Simple dive up the middle. And he takes it just inside the 40, down to the 39. Give him 8 yards on the play. And that's a Steelers first down.
That's the type of call that offensively, man, it just builds so much confidence. I don't even think they were looking to get the first down. Just get to a manageable third down. But instead, they move the chains. And that is one disheartening look on that defense.
First down, and they go right back to him. And he's only able to power this forward for about 3 yards.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
Second down now, 7 to go. Lone back gets the handoff. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They manage 22 on the rip and a first down.
Those unsung heroes, those big guys up front on the O-line, let's give them a little love right here, Kate. They don't always get the attention they deserve on a broadcast, but let me tell you, they played a huge role in that big old run.
A new set of downs forthcoming. It's 1st and 10. Hand off to the back. And they'll surrender just a lone yard. That brings up 2nd down.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Changing things up. They're going to throw now. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
Bend. Even good defenses, great defenses in this league, Kate, they're going to bend at times, but you never want to break. And when you get a sack in the red zone, well, that goes a long ways to helping your efforts.
Got to figure out this 3rd down here. Pass play now. Throw left side, complete. And he works this to the 15 before they make the stop.
Feet and eyes, Kate. Feet and eyes. They so often tell the story of every position on the field. When that quarterback's feet and eyes move to his secondary read, and so often it's a tight end, well, it's incumbent on that defense to fly to the ball. You want to make that tackle, force the 4th down? It took a great defensive effort to do it.
In his 11th year, still knocking him through. And that'll get him back to 11.
That's the type of long, sustained drive that takes some of the starch out of your opponent. The only negative is that the kicking team is out there for a field goal and not an extra point. But they do come away with 3.
The kicking team out there for the Steelers, and here they go to send it away. Fielded at the 7. He stopped on the return at the 27. The Jets have their offense ready to go again. They'll try to emphasize what worked on their last drive, which ended, Brock, in a touchdown. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
You know, Kate, if you notice those guys that love to feed themselves on the field, right? They love to just get more and more. They're hungry for even more. I'll tell you what, that tackle, it prevented something that's going to be a lot bigger. But that back remains hungry.
They'll run here on 1st down. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
Hey, look, any run of this size is going to wound the defense. But you get this game going right at the heart of their defense, you start to break their will and break their pride.
From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. He's dropping back to throw. It is caught left side. And he's tackled for a short gain.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. Draw play here. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. Call it a gain of 6, and they need only 2 now on third down.
I'm not kidding you, Kate. A run of that length at the NFL level, honestly, is the equivalent of a run of 15-plus at the high school level. It's hard in the run game to make yards, and they just got a very successful one.
Here's the give on third and short. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
Hey, look, Kate, you can't just ask one tackler to go mano-a-mano and stop this guy. You got to have the cavalry coming. One guy makes a hit, the others are there to clean up and pile on, because one-on-one, he's going to run right through you.
Offense set for a 1st and 10. They go play action here. He throws a bullet deep to the right side. And he can't hang on to it in the end zone. Not an interception, only an incompletion. So they get it back. Second down coming up.
Well, that's not the uniform you want to see almost bringing it in. They are so fortunate to have another shot down here after the near pick.
So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call. Dropping back to throw. Able to get it to Moore. And they've got him down near the red zone at the 22.
You know what I love to say? You never go broke taking a profit, and you often gain profits when you use your eyes as a quarterback. Those hitch routes, those underneath throws, oftentimes it's the eyes of the quarterback looking downfield and then taking that short completion.
Third down from the gun. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. First time this game they've looked to him. And that leaves them with 4th and 5. Went way outside there trying to work that sideline, Brock. But by the time the ball had arrived, well, the defender had to knock that ball out.
I think you see my reaction in the booth every time
I do.
We see that throw, because I can close my eyes and remember the terror that I felt as a quarterback when you let that ball go and you're throwing it all the way to the boundary. There's some risk reward, and that time, well, there was no reward.
On is the Jets kickoff team now to tee it up and send it away. Here's a return from the 7. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line. The Steelers back out on offense. Their running back headed out once again. And down double digits, Brock. Field goals like we saw in their last drive aren't going to move the needle as much as they need to. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Dumps it off to his running back. And he's short of the first after a mild gain.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a first down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Give now to the running back. And he gains ground to the 33 before being stopped. Give him 5 yards to bring up a manageable 3rd and 1.
Fans love the long ball in baseball. It's like they got the home run derby, but you know what? Talk to managers and they will tell you small ball can win too. Singles and doubles, you add them up, you could win a lot of baseball games. Football coaches will tell you, you get runs of that length, it may not be a home run, it may not score points, but it can do some serious damage.
Has it left side, Brock, but the throw carried him too close to that edge. I'm going to say he brought it in out of bounds, and that's going to bring up fourth down.
The best of the best, they just have this intuition, Kate. They know where the boundary is without looking. This receiver's not quite at that level yet. He lost track of where he was, and he brought it in, but out of bounds.
Fourth down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. And a fair catch made without incident, just inside the 25. The Jets and this running back headed back out for a new series. We don't get a return out of that punt, and it'll be Jets football. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Now a give running right. And he drives into a pile of defenders and is stopped right at the line. No progress on 1st down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10.
Hey, Kate, remember playing tug-of-war way back when? Like elementary school, where you're just trying to move that rope an inch? Well, the offense and the fullback couldn't do it. Defense stood up and stopped it before it could get started.
It's the 2-minute warning now from Acrisure. The Jets need some big yards in a hurry. 2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Looking for a throw here. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. The defense calls a timeout. So that's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. The Steelers go in nickel, 3rd down. They'll put one of the tight ends in motion. They'll run it here on 3rd down. And he'll get this up to the 19-yard line as he stopped. Pittsburgh will go ahead and use its 2nd timeout. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. So out now comes the punter. And he's getting the call for the 2nd time this game. And he'll take in the fair catch just above the 35. So no return on that punt. And the Steelers will take over possession. Pittsburgh getting its offense all set to go. They were only on the field for 3 plays their prior series, Brock. Let's see what changes they make to take over here. The Steelers with some very good field position as they get set, 1st and 10. They're going to throw here to begin the drive. That throw behind his intended target. Looking for his wide receiver there. And it sets up 2nd down.
That just goes to show you can't take any completion for granted, even on some of the shortest passes in the game plan.
Couldn't connect on 1st, it's 2nd down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Called in left side. Decent gain here, but short of the 1st. Steelers working with a sense of urgency from the hurry-up clock, continuing to run. Back to throw on 3rd down. It's tipped away and it's going to hit the ground incomplete. Defender winning that rep. That brings up 4th down.
I hate those situations, Kate, as a QB. I'm looking for an open passing lane, and I can't find one anywhere. He thought he had one available. Defense did a better job of knocking it away.
The Steelers set to punt it. And this will be his second effort of the contest. Got 44 yards on his first kick, Brock, and this one looks to be longer. And he calls for the fair catch, and he's got it at the 14-yard line. That punt goes unanswered, no return there. And the Jets are starting deep from their own territory here. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Airing it out to start this drive. Nothing there left side as it ends up incomplete. No luck finding his receiver that time. And now it's 2nd down.
You know, in the NFL, offensive-minded teams will call it a perfect Friday. They don't want the ball to hit the ground once. And especially on these short to intermediate throws, you've got to count on those being efficient and effective.
Finds him over the middle. And he'll get this up to the 19-yard line as he stopped. Here they come. This is 3rd and 5. He'll look to throw. This is brought in along the sideline. High degree of difficulty for a short gain.
Here we go. Here's one of those game situations that just puts a smile on my face because I could think from Pop Warner to the NFL. Everybody on the field thinking the same thing. Can we go for it? Can we get one more shot as you end up just short on that 3rd down?
Punter takes the field on 4th down, and he sends this one flying. And he's brought down before the return gets far. Nice kick there. It's a punt of 53 yards. And they're going to take over possession. The Steelers taking over on offense with halftime rapidly approaching. And they'll need to be judicious in using that final timeout, Brock, but they still could put a scoring drive together before the break. The Steelers with some very good field position as they get set, 1st and 10. They'll throw to begin this drive. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. Now the offense going to take its 3rd and final timeout. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half. All right, here we go. 2nd down. Trying again, following the sack. Completed over the middle. And that will not be enough for a 1st down.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
Steelers working with a sense of urgency from the hurry-up clock, continuing to run. Can't find anyone open, and he's forced to throw it away.
So often, so many of these games in the NFL, well, they come down to a play or two, and 3rd downs are critical. Whether it's in a close game or already out of hand, their coach wants to see them convert those.
They'll send out the punting unit. And he's hoping for a well-placed strike. And he's certainly been staying busy. Once again, he's out to punt and sends this flying. And this is the punt you want every time. He bounces out of bounds and sticks them inside their own 10. Down to 12 seconds before halftime as they come to the line. All right, keeping it simple. They're just going to call a give right up the middle. And he reaches the 17-yard line as he's hauled down.
He's taken down at the 17-yard line. A gain of 11 on the play.
So at the end of 2, the Jets really playing road warriors here. They've got the lead. Now we'll send you south to Orlando for a check-in around the league via Jonathan Coachman and the EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, what you got for us?
All right, Kate, sit tight. We'll get back to you and Brock in just a moment. But for now, this is our halftime report. The highlights are fairly one-sided to this point. It's a 2-touchdown difference here at the break. But I wouldn't call this one over just yet. I think there could still be some fireworks yet to come. As always, a hat tip to Coach for his hard work during the break, as we're happy to welcome y'all back for the start of our third quarter. On is the Jets kickoff team now to tee it up and send it away. He fields it from the 8. And look at this return. And he gets across the 30 before he's brought down. The Steelers ready for their next series, led out on offense by their quarterback. And as we can see here, it hasn't been the easiest game for him to operate out there, right? Number of rough moments for him. This defense able to pick him off twice to highlight their performance against him. They've got first down from the 31. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's brought down for a loss.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
Back to the line they go. It's second down. They'll run the draw. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line.
You know you love some of my buzzwords, Kate. I know you do. And this one was about willpower. He got the rock a long way from the chains and put his teammates on his back for a heck of a run and a great try at that first down.
Third down, 1 yard to go. He's going to throw this one. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Well-timed strike by that defender to knock it free. And that brings up 4th and short. They haven't found it easy to score in this one, Brock, and physicality just like that, a big reason why.
And it usually is, Kate. I love defensive coordinators when they say, hey, it's not just what you see, it's what you hear. And you could hear the physicality of that knocking the ball loose.
And the coverage team is there as he fields it, so almost nothing on that return before he stopped. It's a 61-yard punt that time. And they're going to be backed up deep in their own territory to begin this one. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Blown back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And he's going to be brought down up at the 28-yard line. Pickup of 12 on that play. And it's good enough for a New York first down.
A split second, all to keep the defense from making a stand right there. It's amazing, man. This game of inches and split-second reactions. A nice bit of burst, surge forward for enough to go get that first by a couple before they could finally drag him down.
Handoff now from the gun. It is charged towards the line. That's right around 3 yards.
Got to be rush hour, Kate, because there's a whole lot of traffic up the middle right there. He ran right into some gridlock, and he could only manage a few yards at most.
Second down now, 7 to go. They send a man in motion. From the 31. Finds his man over the middle. And they're going to touch him down after a short pickup.
Well, that's a modest little drag route, but if you ever just need a safe, short gain on a throw, that's a go-to route to target.
3rd and 6 for them to figure out now. Now looking to throw. Looking slant route, complete. And he's tackled with a first down yardage.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
New set of downs for him at the 38. Here's the long back on the handoff. And they're going to stop him after he wiggles his way forward for 2.
I think we got to be careful, and I'll raise my hand of thinking that play was just a nothing burger. Because what can happen from that, Kate, is he put some nice toppings on it. A play-action pass, a shot that comes down the road from what looked like a very plain play.
2nd and 8. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. Extra man in the secondary for the Steelers. 3rd down coming up. They're throwing it. Complete beyond the marker. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe. 6 yards on the play and enough for a first.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. From midfield now. Dumped off to his running back. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Well, there was never a play in any playbook I ever saw designed for a lost yardage play when you throw the ball. But if there's any solace, at least it was 1st down. A couple more chances to make up for it.
Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. The give to the fullback. And this one does not go far. He gets them the yard back, but still behind the sticks. Upcoming 3rd and 11.
You know, when you're a defender and you see them give that quick little take to the fullback, you just have to stop him before he gets started. They piled on him and held him to minimal yardage.
Here he is on 3rd and long. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Just couldn't hang on through the contact. So that brings up 4th and long. Well, I know some old school coaches, maybe some former NFL quarterbacks who would have this guy running stairs after that drop, partner. Hit or no hit. That was a catch there that would have meant a 1st down.
Yeah, that's why that's old school, okay, Kate? The new school coaches and quarterbacks know how hard it is in this league with the contact. How valuable those contested catches are. Credit the defense for making the play on that one.
The Steelers offense headed out. And I'm sure they're tired of bringing out the punter, Brock. They're hopefully going to give him some rest this time around and find some points to go after that lead. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Putting a receiver in motion. Airing it out to start this drive. Short pass brought in. And he'll get it up to the 27.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for in 1st down. Textbook. It sets up 2nd and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. That's a pickup of 9. And he'll bring up a Pittsburgh 1st down.
You know, coach gets in that QB's headset, probably told his offense and his QB, listen, I don't want to see a 3rd down on this possession. Or something kind of like that. Whatever version he told him, it worked.
Markers reset, ball at the 37. Pass play on 1st and 10.
Tight end reels in the shallow throw. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. A big 34-yard pickup there. And that's a Steelers first down.
You know, Kay, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
First and 10 after that last highlight. They're at the 30. Here's a give up the middle. And he's tackled with markers down. This one should be on the defense.
Offside, defense.
Easy call for the officials there. He was offsides at the snap, and that's going to cost him.
Still first down.
A bit jumpy across the way there, and that halves the distance ahead of him on first down. Back to throw now. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
Dump off caught by his back.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to third down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. They'll try and pick this up on the ground. And they bring him down at the 18-yard line. It's a gain of 4. And he'll bring up a Pittsburgh first down.
Most of the people watching will forget about that play in a couple minutes, but the coaches won't forget. He has that filed away the next time he really needs to pick up a few yards.
Going to the ground again on first. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
There's absolutely nothing he could do in that situation, Kate. Defense broke through so quickly, they had him dead to rights soon after he got the ball in his hands.
Offense to the line for 2nd down. Another carry for him. And they make the stop as that play reaches the 14-yard line. Give him 5 on that play. Now it's going to be 3rd down and 6.
A humble 5 to 6 yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain, not a game-changing play by any means, but one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front 7.
To the air, 3rd and long. And they'll get this down nearly to the end zone. Instead, stopped at the 2. A nice pickup of 11 there, Brock, and they'll have 1st and goal to figure out.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal. They'll try and punch it in. Has the Pittsburgh touchdown. The Steelers shrinking the lead some in the 3rd. All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now up to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
That one right down the middle. And the Steelers chop the lead in half. It's down to 7. And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away.
Fielded at the 7. In pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. Now here comes the New York offense. They've certainly had no issues scoring, but their opponents have been right there with them, so they could really use some more points on this drive. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Right up the gut. And that's only 1 yard up the middle. Gonna be 2nd down.
Okay, this is why you got to be careful to just run it always on 1st down. You got to break your tendencies. The casual fan, well, that casual fan knew what was coming, but more importantly, this defensive front did too.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Here's a throw. Setting up the running back screen. It's a gain of 12 there. And it'll give the Jets a 1st down.
To this day, I can still see the faces of the big guys in the huddle. When you call a screen like that, instead of them just getting knocked backwards, they get to be salesmen. They get to push those linemen downfield and then tee off and go hit somebody like they did right there.
Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. Call it 9 yards. Looked like a first for a moment. It's 2nd and 1.
That does not show up on any explosive stat sheet, but let me tell you, Kate, that's the real deal right there. You run for that kind of yardage consistently in the NFL, you do set yourself up for success.
They give it to him again. And his short gain gets them a new set of downs.
Hey, Kate, you want to see a picture in the football dictionary of staying on schedule? That was it.
Football on that 47-yard line, 1st down. Back-to-back carries here. And he's brought down for a loss.
Well, they were hoping to get outside and meet those guys at the 2nd level. Well, someone from the 2nd level came to meet him on his turf. And that meeting didn't go so well.
All right, here we go. 2nd down. Hand off to the up back. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. It's going to be a pickup of about 2. That leaves him with 3rd and 9.
Well, Kate, that's a quick hitter to the big guy. And that's what you normally expect to see out of it. Not a huge gain, just picking up a little bit before they stall him out.
Drive in dire straits. It's 3rd and 9. So we're through 3 here. The Jets have it with a lead to start the 4th, but the win's not secure quite yet. So a tough spot now. This is 3rd and 9. They'll run it from the gun. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. It'll be 3 total on the play. 4th and 7 now.
You know, some positive yardage there, Kate, but just as important, they're mixing up their play calling. And they could very well be setting up the defense for a big play later.
Here comes the punting unit for the Jets. And he's going to do the honors for the 4th time today. Now this one, not much of a chance of it staying in the field of play. They'll mark it out at the 13-yard line. Now the offense getting set to go for the Steelers. And I think they'd be content doing everything the same as their prior drive and getting another touchdown here. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Lone back gets the handoff. And he runs into a wall there. Multiple defenders ready to stop him cold at the line. No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10.
As that linebacker makes that tackle right in the middle of the field, all I'm thinking about right now, Cade's training camp. Because that's the middle drill right there. That is textbook. What you do in training camp, coming to life when it matters.
2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Back to the well again. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
To play running back in this league, well, you've got to have tremendous vision. We saw it twice. Once to find the lane upfield, and then to get to space and break off some extra yards.
They have themselves another 1st and 10. Back to throw. Complete over the middle. And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
Running for the marker on 2nd. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
They say about great outfielders in baseball, there's just something to them. They've got a knack, a feel, an instinct to take the right line, the right angle. For safeties, to create tackles for loss in the run game, it's the exact same attribute and skill set. Got to take that right angle and then go finish that runner.
3rd and 4 coming up now. Looking to the air here. Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Punting unit out now. And he's going to try to give his defense a long field to defend. And he sends this away. Definitely his best kick of the game thus far. And he's getting nothing on that return. They wrap him up almost at the exact spot that he fielded that punt. The Jets returning their offense and this running back to the field. And get that big old marker out. Cross a major number off his roadmap after that last drive. He's reached one of the marks that every back strives to hit at some point during the season. First and 10 now from the 30. Now a give running right. And he'll take this up to about the 34 before he stopped. First down play, nets him 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5.
That run's not going to turn many heads, but at the end of the year, I promise you, if you average over 5 yards a run, you're going to be a Pro Bowler.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. From the 34. It is caught left side. And he'll be out of bounds right along the 40. He gets 6 on that play. And it's good enough for a New York first down.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a first down.
New slate of downs to approach here from the 40. Here's a handoff up the gut. And he won't win the race to the outside. That run's bottled up at the line. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10.
Made it all look so simple, didn't he? That linebacker sorting right through the traffic, finding the runner. That's instincts come to life.
Second and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. They'll try and throw it here. Cut out left. And he'll be taken down, but not until he reaches that 45-yard line. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. Simple dive up the middle. And he'll get this down to the 33-yard line. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great blocking to spring them. Guys hitting blocks downfield, and a back who can show off his wheels.
Ball at the 33 for first down. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he gets up for a gain of about 4.
They'll come away happy getting that type of output on most run plays. It's a sign where they're getting some good push up front, and this running back is seeing the lanes and paying them off.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Throwing off the play fake here. No place to go, so he just threw it away.
That was a situation where he got the time in the pocket he needed. There just wasn't anyone open to throw it to. It got to the point he had two choices as that clock is going off in his head. Force a throw and risk a pick, or just get rid of it and cut your losses on the play.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Here's the long back on the handoff. And he'll only get this to the 26 before going down. He gets 3 on the run, and now a couple of options for him on 4th down. He gets another one. Keep feeding that fullback, baby. And he stopped just before he reaches the red zone at the 21. They hit him for 5 yards on 4th down and get the successful conversion.
You know, so often, Kate, we talk about the little guys, right? Get them in space. But how about the big guys? When you can out-muscle them and get them the ball quick like that, they can put some yards together and move those chains.
He drops it. He had all the space in the world. Brock, he got behind the defense, and he just looked away before he brought it in. A big missed opportunity.
You know, that's one of those cases, and we see it at every level. He simply took off before he got full possession, and that's simply a drop.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Throwing now from the gun. Moore's got it. And a nice game here, but it stopped short of the 1st.
It takes a certain level of fearlessness, craziness to work over the middle of the field in this league. You're fighting through guys as you go, and all the while you know you could take a lick at any time.
And the Steelers go in nickel, 3rd down. Back to throw. They did it! He made the interception! And the Steelers have some new life in the 4th. There are costly interceptions, Brock, and then there are interceptions inside the red zone in the 2nd half of a 1-score game.
And if there is ever a time where ball security is paramount, it is right now. They made a great play. Don't get me wrong. They deserve a ton of credit right there. But as a quarterback, you cannot risk a turnover. It's touchdown, it's check down, it's throw the ball away. You're literally throwing points away with that pick.
They're out and set, 1st and 10. Lone back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Give him 9 yards. He almost moved the chains there. It's going to be 2nd and 1.
That's what I call a rhythm starter right there. Man, offenses love execution and plays like that on 1st down, Kate, because now that playbook is wide open. All options on the table for 2nd down.
Handoff on 2nd and short. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. Pickup of 12 on that play. And that's a Steelers first down.
That right there, that will make the coaches happy. He didn't just get the first down, but got a healthy chunk of bonus yards afterwards.
Markers reset, ball at the 37. First down, and they go right back to him. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
As a play caller, Kate, I would always be a little cautious of a first down draw. I like it better when that defense is anticipating pass. Well, they were only anticipating getting the backfield and making that running back feel the pain.
Back to the line they go. It's second down. Now they'll throw out of the gun. So this one on the defense.
Pass interference. Defense.
He got too aggressive to try and stop that play, and they tag him for pass interference. Running it after the penalty. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
That's got to be so frustrating for the runner. You're fighting the good fight. You even ripped through a tackle to stay afloat, but the blocking can't buy you enough time or room to even get back to the line of scrimmage.
Everyone's prepped. It's second down now. Another carry for him. Cuts it to the right sideline. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's a gain of 27 yards to move the chains.
No frills, nothing fancy. That was just a good old offensive line dominated in the trenches. And that sprung him to get to the second level and beyond.
They'll keep this drive moving and come to the line for 1st and 10. Throwing now off play action. All the time in the world. The Jets get there and bring him down. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
And right there's the danger, Kate. When you put the ball in the air, how many times do we see these coordinators, when you get a nice run, right, you gain some steam on the ground, you stick with the ground game. They don't. They call the pass, and the defense reacts, and reacts well with a sack.
Offense to the line for second down. Ooh, a little movement along the line there. That's going to cost the defense 5 yards.
Encroachment. Defense.
Broke the plane before the snap, and that's going to give the offense some free yardage.
Still second down.
All right, here we go. Second down. They'll throw it. The screen pass falls incomplete. A good defensive play breaks that one up. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long.
Well, that throw, Kate, pretty clean out of his hand. Just looked like it didn't get through the defense clean enough. Somebody tips it away and saves a potential completion.
Looking to throw. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. It arrived as the ball did to break things up. And they're going to be stuck with a 4th and long. Man, that was a chain mover if you would have held on, Brock, but the contact just too much to do so.
Yeah, he's going to be disappointed in himself because you've got to make these contested catches, but I do give a lot of credit. An outstanding effort defensively to force that ball out. This is a case of, well, just get what you can on the way out the door, Kate. It's already out of reach. Just take the 3, let your kicker get some points, and make it a hair closer in the box score.
We've got a good one here. They've cut the lead to 4 as they send it away. Brings in the kick at the 9. Oh, he's showing some burst on this return. And it's a nice return here. They'll tackle him shy of the 35. New York taking over once again. The offense heading out. Their last series sure was looking like points up until that interception, Brock. Hopefully they can move the ball similarly well as they take over here. Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And they'll bring him down after a pretty short gain. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9.
The one thing I could say positive about the execution of that play is at least he didn't go backwards.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. That brings us to the 2-minute warning in Pittsburgh. Jets holding a 4-point lead. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Right up the gut. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. So quickly the defense burns a timeout here. 1:57 remaining in the game. They come to the line here, and this is 3rd and 6. Setting up to pass. He fires one deep down the middle. He's got it deep downfield. And they bring him down around the 34. And right away we get a timeout from the defense. 1:51 to go. Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. Here's the handoff. And without much room, he's going to go down at the 32-yard line. The Steelers use their 3rd and final timeout. That's all they had, so the offense free to start running the clock down now. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Back-to-back carries here. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. A gain of about 3, so a 1/3 of what they needed. 3rd and 6 coming up. He'll look to throw it. And he's brought down at the 17-yard line. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a 1st down.
Move the chains! Gotta move them chains! Build momentum to keep that defense on its heels.
Victory formation here. Looks like they're going to take a knee on 1st down. Your favorite formation, right, Brock? The victory formation here as he takes a knee.
Nothing left to do now, Kate, but celebrate on one side and watch on hopelessly from the other. What a hard-fought effort to get to this spot, and now you can enjoy the victory.
So it's a road win for the Jets. And finally, Brock, they can exhale and take a few breaths, because I don't imagine any of them were breathing easy during that one with how close this game was.
Them or us? We're both.
All of us.
Yeah,
all of the above.
It is so hard, Kate, to match the adrenaline surge they feel right now and that they felt at every major turn throughout the 2nd half. There's just something about a close game, the intensity that's there in every moment that you love to experience as a player, And that you hope in all these moments you can execute so you're the one celebrating and riding that wave of emotion.